Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Bleach. And what an episode! It wasn't as hyped as the previous one. This is more of the aftermath of the invasion, with everything that happened, the end of an era that we had with Yamamoto's death, and everybody dealing with all of the previous events. And we finally have some of the most important characters from the Soul Society we related to the Soul King making an appearance. I have been waiting for this for quite a while. I knew about them, like I said, I know some random spoilers, but we finally have them here. They are here, and it's looking like they have something very big planned for some of the characters here. Also, there's a small scene at the end. Make sure you watch it. Don't miss it. Very, very important. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, at the beginning, we see everybody scrambling, the aftermath, recovering, dealing with the injured, trying to get a sense of the situation. So it was a bit of chaos there, to say the least. And it seems like people are very frustrated. We see the first one being Isane questioning why her and Unohana haven't gone out, did more go out of the barracks, why did they stay behind her? And Unohana was very determined and steadfast in what she had to do there, saying this was the last order by Yamamoto, do not leave the barracks, and they had to stay there. Unohana, seemingly she's gonna be very important moving forward, also with some very interesting things related to her, and we get some confirmation that Kyoraku is okay, and we're gonna get to that. Also, what we see them after this kind of fits quite a lot. We have Ikaku. The way he was being healed, it felt like he was Hannibal Lecter over there screaming his lungs out, wanting to go after Zaraki. Man, I love Ikaku, always at 100%, all of them needing healing, to say the least. Ichigo also, and I really liked how Shinji was kind of the one that was comforting quite a lot of people, especially Ichigo, even telling him that Rukia and Renji are okay, they just came out of the operation, are in stable condition. And even this was such a nostalgia hit for me. I've missed their interactions quite a lot. We see Rukia and Ichigo there bickering, banter back and forth. It felt so good to see and hear that. There again, I've been missing it so much. And we see Ichigo still blaming himself, Shinji comforting him, saying, hey, you did more than enough, you drove away the boss of the invasion there, be more proud of yourself. And he has a point, but as we know, Ichigo always puts this guilt and pressure on himself, especially when he is not able to protect the ones he cares about. This is his driving force in everything here. But he also gets pulled away very fast by Kurochiki, wants to see Ichigo about his Zanpakuto. And Rukia, what I liked after that, she sensed that Ichigo is dealing with something more than just all of the events that happened, the guilt that places on himself, his injury. She doesn't know about what Ichigo find out with his mother, with the Quincy side, all of the questions, internal struggles. But I really like that she was able to sense that. Just shows how deep their friendship and is there, how well she knows him, and they have quite a big history, to say the least. After that, we get confirmation that both Byakuya and Kenpachi have survived, but they're in very critical conditions. Now, what I liked, I feel like all of the captains and everybody else was holding in the pain and the frustration. Like Soifon throughout this episode was the one that was saying what was on everybody's mind being honest, letting everything out, and I really like that. Even though I understand why they're being so stoic in a way, keeping everything bottled in, but Soifon expressed what everybody was feeling, the frustrations, everything there, started fighting among the captains, even though you can totally understand why she was acting the way she did there. And after that we have Kyoraku taking control, calming everybody down, and we see the broken sword of Yamamoto, and they couldn't find his body because fuck Yawatch and the disrespect he had there. But that sword definitely reminded me of that scene from Lord of the Rings with the shattered blade. It's truly the end of an era with Yamamoto and the significance he had throughout the history of this entire series. One of the greatest is gone, and you can see what a void he has left behind him there. But after that we see that Kurochiki can't fix Ichigo's Zanpakuto, not like this. There's a catch, so to say the least. A Shikai can be fixed with time and things like that, but a destroyed Bankai can never be restored, which hit Ichigo quite a lot, to say the least. But before he can fully understand everything that was going on, we see Connie is there. I've missed Connie. He was in Soul Society this entire time. But we get a big communication. Kuroshiki finds out that the Squad Zero is coming, and he says that Ichigo should meet them, even though he doesn't really like them, which is kind of understandable. There are some characters over there. Now, Ichigo made a really good point, which I appreciated. That was my first question also. Where they played? This is when they show up after everything that happened. Where were they? Just sipping Mai Tais back in the onsen over there. I'm gonna get to that now. We've seen this time and time again. Everybody meeting new people, especially some people of their reputation here. Them coming from the royal palace. Remember the place where Aizen wanted to get to. They have some interesting transportation. This huge pillar Tenchuren just slamming down in the ground, their transport vehicle. We find out there are 5 of them. All 5 of them are captains, and they're stronger than the entire Gotei 13, all of the captains we have been used to with so far. And when we finally get them revealed, they're very eccentric, to say the least. I really liked their designs, their personalities. Over here, some of them have some history with the captains, even especially Shinji getting backslapped over the head by Kiryu. He didn't really recognize her. Apparently she changed. We're gonna see how exactly she changed. Maybe we're gonna get some flashbacks at some point. But she definitely has a habit of slapping people over the head. Now, the interesting thing was Unohana and the character after that, which we find his name later, Tenjiro Kirinji. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. You know, guys, I'm not really good with names. Apparently he was the one that taught her healing techniques, and he was a bit judgmental of her, to say the least, and even told her, for you it's not the time to heal. So he's kind of expecting something else from her. Now, we also see that they came down there to rebuild the Gotei 13 and also take Ichigo with them, which is gonna be very important. And again, I really appreciate Soifon just venting everything, all of the frustrations, what everybody was feeling there. Why are you here now? What happened? Everything. Thank you very much, Soifon. And we have Denjiro kind of going in on her, and you can see this was used a bit of as a showcase in power difference. He took her by surprise completely, the way he handled that situation. Just remember how fast Soifon is with flash step and everything, and he was able to take her by by surprise, and even saying, we protect the palace, you guys protect the Soul Society, everybody has their duties, you don't come and complain, which I can sort of understand, but still, come on, you should have come there, even though, yes, it makes sense what you guys are protecting, the Soul King and everything, but still, imagine, I'm really curious, what if Squad Zero would have come when Yawatch was invading? Would they have stand up to him? I don't know, we'll see moving forward. But we also see they're there to take more than just Ichigo. They even take Renji, Byakuya, Rukia, and Ichigo's sword. I really like that girl with the statuette she was controlling. Reminded me of bit of Netero from Hunter x Hunter with that statue behind her. I really liked the way she was talking quite a lot. Now, Unohana saying they're too injured, and Tanjiro, this was the moment when he told her you shouldn't focus on heal, so they would take care of them. Again, that girl with the statue teasing a bit Kurochiki about his lab and the lack of security. She got under his skin, to say the least, but I feel like they're kind of similar in a way with their personalities. At least that's the feeling I get from both of them. But they are taking Ichigo for a different reason, not to heal him, and we're gonna get to that. And we have a surprised appearance by Kisuke showing up with a message projecting through Kon. Find out all of the others, Chad, Inoue, are healed, laughing, feeling good. And, which I'm really happy, Grimjo is in the background. He was probably the one that saved them there. But Grimjo is my favorite Espada. I love his design, his personality, the influence he has had on the series, his fight with Ichigo, one of the best in the series. I just love Grimjo. Give me more Grimjo, and I can't wait to see him again. And that laughter, that arrogance. I've missed you, Grimjo, and I need more. I need to see you, to see more of you. Apparently, he made a deal with Kisuke, and I really liked what Kisuke did there for Ichigo, telling him, hey, focus on yourself, do what you want, giving him kind of a reassurance. He can focus on what he needs to do now. After that, the call was in, and having that conversation with Chad. In the end, he's still gonna protect all of us. As we know, Ichigo always does this. But back to the Squad Zero, Ichigo asking them, hey, can you fix my sword? No. The instant. No. But we can reforge it to something resembling your original sword. So there's gonna be some changes to his sword, maybe his power. It's gonna be very interesting to see. This is looking very good for especially after everything that happened. Now we got another huge nostalgia, those at least for me, seeing Kukaku from Shiba. She was the one that launched the pillar to take them back to the royal palace. Of course, she was. We see the Shiba clan being there, her thinking of Ichigo, helping him again, and even putting the full bringers with Kugo and Tsukishima to work. So we're probably gonna see more of them. Maybe they're gonna help a bit moving forward. We even see Ganju again. Man, I've missed them. Just takes you way back at the beginning of the series with the Soul Society arc. It's quite a huge nostalgia trip. Even just makes me think how life was back then, not just Bleach the series. Bleach is one of the most influential series for me, just in general. I'll remember it quite well, and even the times when I was watching Bleach. But yeah, it felt really nice to see the Shiba clan again. Now, after that, we finally get to the royal palace. And the monk dude, the bald monk dude, make the comment that ordinary Shinigami are not usually allowed here, but you are, which I can't really call you an ordinary Shinigami, which is a very, very good point. Ichigo is definitely not ordinary. If anything, he's a lot of things, but ordinary is not one of them. Now we also get some explanations how the Royal Palace entrances work and what Aizen wanted to do with how the Oken, the key, is the bones of Squad Zero, and that's what Aizen wanted to create. Basically, one of them. There's two ways to get in. Either they allow somebody to get in, or they take them with them. In this case, they took Ichigo with them. And even that girl with the statuettes making a very good distinction between saying that Aizen is evil, but the quincies that came now are a greater evil. And I really like Tanjiro, how he just doesn't explain things, does his own way. He wanted to blast Ichigo somewhere and he got a slap over the head by Kiryu. I explained to him what exactly you are doing. We see a bit of how each Squad Zero captain has one of their own palace on those floating planes that we see there. And they're going to Tanjiro's castle. Kirinden, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. We see he has this onsen with healing white, sort of like how blood works, white blood cell, red blood cells. He threw Byakuya in back and forth from white, and the red one was called Blood Pond Hell, so he's gonna have to swap back and forth to heal their injured Reiatsu, not just their body, sort of like a transfusion in a way to get them back in fighting shape, which I'm very glad that Byakuya didn't die. And it's gonna be very, very interesting what's gonna happen, especially with all of them and Squad Zero finally being revealed. We even see the reveal of his full name here, with him being the Hot Spring Demon Tenjiro Kirinji. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, but this was pretty much the episode. A really good episode. Now, if you haven't seen the last scene, go back and watch it and then come back to the video. We get a glimpse of the Soul King. It has finally awoken, which yeah, we finally get some Soul King action movement. Has always been mentioned throughout the series, but it has been this huge mystery in everything that has been pushing forward the plot, especially with Aizen. So yeah, overall I really liked the episode. It wasn't as action packed or hyped as the previous ones, but this was a very, very important episode moving forward with the series, and I can't wait to see Ichigo's new sword, find out more about Squad Zero now that they're finally here. And like I said, I have some spoilers of some things that are gonna happen. I'm not gonna mention them unless we get to that specific episode when they happen. But I'm having so much fun with Bleach. With each week, I'm the most excited to watch Bleach. So I'm really curious what you guys thought about the episode. What do you think so far of Squad Zero? Which one do you like the most as a first impression until we find out more about each individual one? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Bleach. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.